Assalamu alaikum everybody, here's Ahmad Nasser. Today we wanna make a program about asynchronous with delegates. So let's start. Create a new project. Okay, start a window form application, and let me say practical one. Okay, so we got a form. We have a form here, and we need to insert a data grid view. So move down to data grid view to data and bring data grid view here. Okay, and also need you to bring a button. Okay, so here we got the form. We need to fill this form with data, so let me just try to do that. Okay, go to view code. Let me just make a method to fill this form. Okay, so public void, or let me just say dataset because I want to return dataset. Okay, dataset fill grid view. Okay, and we just want to return dataset. So let me define a dataset here. Dataset ds equal to new dataset. Okay, and let me just define a list of string. Okay, we can do other stuff here. So just me return a dataset. If we want to define an object, so if we come here, say add new item and define a class and say student. Okay, let me make this public. Okay, so if we define a property, you public string name, or let me say f name, and here define a setter and getter for this. So sit and get. So let me copy this. Okay, first name, so we need address. Okay, and here let me say we need a last name. So just save this. Okay, after define the student, go to the form, and here just go to view code. So here, so let me define a list of student. So if we come here and say we want to define a list of student, so say list of student L equal new list student, and I want to define add a student to this list. So just say add, and here we just say new student. Okay, we just give it an ID and first name equal to a, and so forth. Just want to copy this. Okay, this will be the address, and this will be the last name. Okay, just repeat this multi times to get many values. See 2, 3, 4. Okay, and so I wanna return a data set. So if we define data set here, or you can, you know, you can, instead of that, make a list here if you want to return a list. So but just say we want to return a data set here. Okay, so we define a data set, and okay, if we say data set, okay, equal to list, okay, say data set the table of 0, you know, you give me an error here, but you can say data set equal to L. Okay, but notice that the best way here, just let me say return L here. Okay, and here just say data set, and we'll show you how to fill the data grid view later on. Okay, so we define okay, now we need to fill the form. So in order to do that, just double click on the form, the form, and say data grid view the data source. Okay, that data source equal to this the fill we have a method here which is fill grid view. So we need to put this fill grid view here. Okay, so if you use a data set, you need to put table of 0, but we have a a single table here. So let me just try run this, test it. Okay, here we got this form with this data. So in order to select a cell from here, if you wanna, for example, click on a single cell and run a new form, okay, or do something, you need to go to the data grid view here, and just select it. And if you want to go to the events here, we have cell double click. So if you find a cell double click event here, cell double click here, okay, double click on that. We gotta see this new method auto generated by the event handler. So here we want to select values. If you want to see string first name equal to okay, data grid view, want the selected you can selected columns, selected rows, selected cells. So it's up for you. If you want to select the cell of 0, for example, the row index, you just get the index of the cell. If you want to get the value, so, if you want to get the value of the rows, you go selected rows of 0 and go cell, and we go to the specified cell that you need. For example, I need cell number 0, and I want to get the value of this. So if you want the next cell, you just say cell 2. Of course, you need to convert this into a string. Okay, so here we just convert that into a string. If you want to run this, okay, if you click in the cell, you gotta see this error message, because we need to to select the whole row, the entire row. So in order to do that, just go here and go to the events here, properties. There is an option here, selection mode. We need to select the entire row. So let me just find it. Yeah, here, selection mode. We just full row select. Okay, so just click here, full row select, and try back here. So get this. If you try to click on in the cell, yeah, nothing gonna change, because we need to fix something here. So you get that cell. Okay, let's see cell 1. We need to display message box dot show for the first name, so just make this 0. If you want to display the second name, say cell 2 and so forth. So here we get this. If you want to display the first name, just click here, get this, click here, get this, and so forth. So this is a good way. Selected row 0 cell, okay. If you want to deal with columns, for example, if you come here and say selected columns, and you need to specify the columns that you need, so let me just say column 0 dot, again, you see a lot of options here, but the most time you need to select the rows. Okay, so as you can see here, you can say visible equal to false. Okay, if you try to run this, you can see we get an error because index out of range. Okay, just an illustration. Let me just back to the track. Okay, back to the rows, selected rows. Okay, so just save this. Okay, everything is fine. So now since we get this values, we need to start working with delegate. With first thing we need to work with something called the background worker. So if you go tools, components, you gotta see background worker. So just drag and drop into the form. Okay, so here we just drag and drop the background worker. So if you click here to the background worker, we gotta see a do work method. So but this not gonna work until you start the background worker. So if you go to the load here, you gotta start the background worker. So here you just say background worker 1. We have a method which is start or begin. Okay, we have a method that start the background worker, and this method is run the worker. Async is other method. We got to talk about this later on, but we have a method which is run worker async. Okay, this one, and there's other method which let you to async callback. We gotta see that later on, but for now we just want to use a run worker async. Okay, as you can see here, so we just click here, run worker async, to raise the event of this method. Okay, so and here we got the do work method. What I'm gonna do here is just take the argument e and assign e.result equal to this the fill grid view, because I wanna give the thread this method, and this will be raised up into a new thread. And after I finish the thread, I want to just take the value from here and fill the grid view after that. Okay, so if we come here, if we go here, background worker, and if you go to the events, we can see we already implemented the first method. We want to go to the run worker completed. Okay, so what I want to do here, just want to take the value from here, say e dot result. Okay, and I want to define a list of student, let's say s equal to either result. So by notice that you need to cast this to to cast this. So in order to do that, just make a quick casting here. So we already casted that, and now we need to fill the the grid view. Okay, so just go up and copy that method, cut that method, and here we just want to fill the grid view with this. Okay, so this is this is what we have done here. You can go here and do work, and if you come here and say we have or you say data grid. Oh man, if you go to the background worker, there's a report, progress report. If you come here and say progress report and give it a value, for example, if you want to put this inside a loop, and each time you want to update the progress value, if you want to put a progress bar in your project, so you can put the value here, and each time you just update this. Okay, you come to raise other method. If you want to see that method, okay, just go background worker. We have a progress change method here, so you can come to the progress change method after here. So each time you change the background worker progress report, each time the value change, you're gonna come here, and you can take that value, for example, a progress percentage, and assign this value to a text field, and so forth. So if you come here, text field, text field, for example, the text, and you can give this value here. So okay, you can do that, but for now, just wanna complete this. So if you come to, if you want to run this, see what we have. Okay, so we just run it and it's worked correctly. Okay, this is the first thing I want to show you. After this, we want to use different thing, which is the asynchronous. We want to deal with delegate, and this is asynchronous delegate. So first thing you need to do is come up to the top here and define a delegate. So if I try to define a delegate, let me say delegate. Oh man, delegate, and say this delegate will take a list. Okay, so I just define a list and just want to give it my delegate. Say my delegate like this, and just take no arguments. Okay, so I just define the delegate. Okay, if I come to for example to the form, I need to go this button, click this button. Okay, we can see here. So but let me just cancel the previous stuff, just comment the previous stuff, because we wanted to use different stuff here. Okay, so if I come to the form, and here we need to work with asynchronous delegate. So first thing is you need to define a delegate. So let me say my delegate del equal to new my delegate, and just assign the method, and of course I need the fill grid view method, okay, to be wrapped inside this delegate. After that, we need to define a synchronous callback. Okay, so if I come here and say async callback, and say for example, give it the name del2, If I come here, async callback del2 equal new async callback. Okay, and okay, let me see del2, and this is other delegate that takes a method. So let me just make a new method here down, because what is async callback? This async callback gonna, after finishing doing this delegate and doing this method, async callback will raise up and with, we'll do something after finishing execution the thread. So if I come here and say public, okay, void, let's say complete or finished, for example. Okay, so this is the method gonna be executed after execution of this async of this after invoking this delegate. So but this method takes a parameter called async result. So if I come here and say async result, say result, okay, so we gotta, you will know that. So but just first now copy this method and put it here inside. Okay, so just wrap this method inside async callback, and after this we need to make async result. So async result gonna take the result of invoking, and in order to keep tracking of the progress of the the thread. So if I come here and say async result, say result, for example, equal to we just bring the delegate, and we want to invoke this delegate asynchronously. So come here, begin invoke. Okay, and begin invoke takes parameters, yeah, exactly, parameter, but since we don't have any parameter, so if you have 55 or 100 here, or if you want to add two numbers, for example 10 and if you want to add two numbers, you just put them first. But since we have nothing to pass inside the field grid view, we just leave it null. So here we say del2 and del. Okay, so we begin invoking this, and okay, why we put this? Because sometimes you need to keep tracking of the progress of this thread. So if you come here, say result, the is completed, for example, if you want to put this inside a while loop, so while this is not completed, for example, you want to do something here, for example, you want to update a progress bar or whatever you want to do. Okay, but for now just leave it blank. So here, if we go here, after finishing this, I want to bring the data from the result and put this data into the data grid view that we have. So first thing that you need to do, you need to make a casting operation. So we just define a delegate and say del again, and this delegate will be equal to the result that we have here, result. Of course we have many options here, but the thing I want to do here, just want to take a sync state, and I want to cast a sync state in order to have the delegate. Okay, and this is called the callback. Okay, so because from a sync state we call back the delegate, we just get the delegate again. Okay, so we call back the delegate, we cascaded the result of sync state and get the delegate, and after this we need to get the content of this delegate into an order list, into a list. Okay, so here just define a list again, a list of student equal delegate. Okay, so we get the delegate, but we need to get the result of this delegate. So we just in the invoke method, and in the invoke method takes the result again. Okay, okay, and we want to take this list and fill it inside the data grid view that we have. So if we come here, say data source, and this data source will be equal to L. Okay, so again, what we have done here, just define a delegate. Okay, and this delegate, when we click the button, we will get, make a delegate class, and this delegate will take this method, and we say async callback delegate equal new async callback for the finish method after execution, all the stuff we want to execute this method. Here we just say async result to keep tracking of the delegation progress, or of the thread progress. Okay, and here we just say the begin invoke to begin this invoking asynchronously. Okay, so we say the begin invoke, and we just give it the async callback with the finish method and the delegate itself. So after that, we just casting the async result. Okay, the async result into the delegate again with a callback. Okay, here just you know cascade cascade you know and after this we just say list of student L equal delegate the invoke and take the result of async result, and just automatically in the invoke will just give us the result of the delegate. And after that, we just fill the data grid view and say data source equal L. So let me just try and run this, see what we have. So nothing gonna change until you click the button. So click the button. We gotta okay. In order to solve this, so what I have done here, just just cut this from here and paste it above. So after execution this, there is a period of time here. So okay, so after that, after finishing all the calling asynchronously the begin invoke here, after finish this, we gotta go here. So we gotta take the delegate from here and just say end invoke. Okay, and from end invoke method we got which take the result, the async result, and we just convert this into a list, and we say data grid view the data source equal 1. So try and run this again. We got this, everything is fine. Okay, so you can put a message box here if you wanna sometime message box the show. For example, we want to say finished. You can put a message box, just give you an indication that this thread has been finished. So if you come here, say button, you gotta see finish. So so sometimes we want to make something like system the threading the thread, okay, the sleep, and if you want to give it 2 seconds. So notice that the program will not so run this. you know. So if you want to remove this finished method, come here. Okay. So I'm just trying to give you an example of how to use the async callback. Okay. But notice that when we run the program freeze. You know. So in order to make it to be not freezing, you can go here the point current thread. Yeah. Dot sleep. So this is gonna use the current, the current thread. Okay. So I don't know if that we can, make it sleep. So if we come here to threading the, okay, we cannot. So anyway, using sleep is not, is not favorable these days. Okay, but this is just an illustration how to use the async callback and how to give this method. Notice that this method will be, this method, the finished method, will be executed before this. Okay, because we call it here. Okay. So anyway, so there's no mean for this method right now. There's no mean. Even if we use a async callback here, can give it nothing here. Just say async callback. Or if you want, you can delete this. Okay, and here you can come and say no. No. So this is just a way of doing stuff. So the same thing will happen all the time. So if you come here, see pattern, the same result. But sometimes you need to do something in the back after finishing. You want to do something, you know. This is just a practical way. Okay, thank you guys for watching. Appreciate you watching, and sorry I have a lot of mistakes in doing this video, but the main reason is just an educational reason. So this is the basic way to making and invoking for the delegate. So again, thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Here's Ahmed Nasser from Stereo 007 at YouTube. See you in other videos. Thank you.